He helped write the Constitution by day and may have buried bodies in his basement by night. We're taught to celebrate Benjamin Franklin, inventor, philosopher, diplomat, founding father. He's on the $100 bill. He flew kites in storms. He charmed the French. He shaped a nation. But there's a side to Franklin they don't teach in school, a darker side, a secret buried literally beneath his home. One that suggests he may not have just helped build America. He may have also helped kill to protect it. This isn't a metaphor or a myth. In 1998, workers renovating Franklin's old London home at 36 Craven Street made a chilling discovery. Over 1,200 human bones, more than a dozen bodies, buried beneath the floorboards. Here's the part that should make your skin crawl. They weren't ancient. They were from Franklin's time, from the very years he lived there. At first, they brushed it off, called it a medical training site, said the bones were for science, moved on with a museum display. But hold on, over a dozen skeletons, 6 of them were children. Most bones showed signs of drilling, sawing, and dissection. No burial, no rituals, just disposal. And all this in the basement of Franklin's private home, where he lived for almost 20 years, where he hosted secret meetings, and just down the road, the Hellfire Club, known for occult rituals and elite debauchery. Still think it's coincidence? Franklin moved to London in 1757, supposedly to negotiate with the British, but instead of an embassy, he lived in a modest townhouse. Why? He wrote letters, gained clout, but he also gained access to secret societies, to fringe science, to people like William Hewson, a British anatomist, friend of Franklin. He studied blood, cadavers, and supposedly rented the basement. They say the bodies were for medical research. But let's be real. In the 1700s, legal cadavers were non-existent. Body snatching and murder were common. Ever heard of Burking? It's named after 2 men who killed people just to sell the bodies. So what if Hewson didn't just dissect bodies? He sourced them the dirty way. And what if Franklin knew, or worse, helped cover it up? Let's break it down. 15 bodies, 1,200 bones. Franklin owned the place. He lived upstairs. And we're supposed to believe he never noticed the stench of rotting flesh? This man studied weather patterns and electricity. You think he missed the smell of death? Either he was fully aware or dangerously ignorant, and neither fits the polished history they taught us. Now consider the timeline. These bones date from 1770 to 1790, smack in the middle of the American Revolution, while Franklin was bouncing between London and Philly. While he was helping birth a nation, he was also walking above a pile of corpses. It's not just dark, it's symbolic. Franklin wasn't just a statesman, he was a Freemason, a regular at elite clubs dabbling in alchemy, the occult, and moral experiments. He once wrote, "If all printers avoided offense, there would be little printed." What if he lived by that logic? What if he believed the ends always justified the means, even if that meant death? He studied vitalism, life force energy. He dissected animals. He documented things obsessively. And yet, many of his journals vanished, some destroyed, others sealed for over a century. Why? What did he write that needed hiding? What truth was buried alongside those bones? Historians say he was a man of science, that it was all educational. But let's look closer. No records, no burial rites, no documentation, just hacked up bodies dumped and forgotten. That's not science, that's a crime. And Franklin was no amateur. He was calculated, deliberate. So if he allowed this, maybe he wanted it, maybe he needed it. Now ask yourself, if 15 bodies were found under Obama's house, or Trump's, or Biden's, it'd break the internet. But when it's Franklin, it's a footnote, a museum plaque, creepy trivia, because the truth messes with the script. You can't sell patriotism if your founding father lived above a graveyard. So they downplay it, sanitize it, keep it moving. But those bones, they're still there, still waiting. And one more thing, some researchers believe the remains weren't just experiments. They were rituals. The way they were placed, deliberate, like a message or a code. Franklin loved ciphers, hid secrets in letters, wrote in riddles. What if the bones were his final riddle, a signal to those who knew how to read it? Because Franklin didn't just help build America, he helped blueprint the new world, one ruled by perception, crafted by elites, and buried in silence. So now we ask, was Franklin just eccentric, or was he the prototype? The original elite question mark, a man who spoke of liberty, but stepped over the dead? Who mapped electricity, but left corpses in his wake? Who built a country on secrets? Is this the real story of America? Or is it the origin of the playbook, where knowledge is hoarded, power is protected, and sacrifice is just another tool? Even if it starts with bones in a basement, you be the judge. If you're awake, you already know what to do. Hit the link in our bio and subscribe to our free underground newsletter.